What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, how to know when you're dealing with toxic empathy? Now, as a disclaimer, I must say that I'm not on here to project my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on anyone. I'm only sharing my vantage point, but I'm just here to share how I'm seeing toxic empathy. What happens when you're an empath? An empath is a person who has the ability to put themselves in another person's shoes and feel what another person is feeling, even if you haven't experienced what the other person is feeling. You're able to see it from their vantage point. You're able to feel what that person is feeling. When a person is experiencing toxic empathy, they're actually having empathy for their abuser. They don't see it that they're having empathy for their abuser. It's just natural for them to have empathy, whether it's toxic or not. And when you're dealing with a person or people that are not empathetic to other people's feelings and emotions or whatever they're experiencing or whatever they're going through, you'll have empathy for them. And so you'll show up in a defensive energy, meaning you'll defend that person, whether they're right or wrong. You'll defend them. So the reason why I'm sharing my vantage point on this is because I had a situation today where my day started off good and it always ends good, no matter what is going on in my life. I went to get breakfast today, and the person that was waiting on me said the order wrong. And so I didn't know that person was calling out my order. And so he was looking at me as if he was letting me know that he was calling my order. And I said, well, you didn't say what I ordered. And he said, yes, I did. And he kind of got a little smart with me. And so I didn't know where that emotion was coming from. So I just told him, well, that's not what you said, and I'll just let you go ahead and have that. And I'm looking at it like I'm in a whole situation, and we don't know what other people are going through. Everybody has issues. Everyone has things going on in their life that they don't want to be going on, but it is what it is. And so I told the gentleman, I'm going to go ahead and let you have that, but you have a great day. So I go on about my business, and I'm socializing in this shelter that I'm in, and I get another man that is a friend of an acquaintance that I've just recently met. And for some reason, this man starts to try to attempt to belittle me. He told me that I look like I had a hard life, and he started body shaming me. And all of these unnecessary gestures that he was projecting onto me, and I don't know where this is coming from. And so I'm thinking to myself, like, why is he disrespecting me? Like, for what? And I noticed that, the acquaintance that I had was somewhat kind of defending me, but it's not even about that. For some reason, and I'm glad that I was able to learn astrology and understand my energy. And I have Scorpio energy. My rising sign is Scorpio. So it's a mysterious energy. It's an energy where it's a mirroring type of energy. The qualities that people see in me be their own reflection. So as this man is telling me that I look like I have a hard life, he's actually seeing himself. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not letting this get to me, but as he's talking, he's spitting and, and all of this stuff. And I'm like trying to like act like I'm not feeling this and like wiping my face. And I'm saying in my head, like, I'm so tired of this happening to me. Whereas I'm with other women and their men takes out however they're feeling on me for some reason, and here I am again, So I end up leaving that homeless shelter. I'm not there anymore. And I don't have anywhere to go. And I really don't care. It's like I get ridiculed and treated unfairly because I don't tolerate people disrespecting me. And I don't know why people continuously, well, I won't even say people, but men continuously want to disrespect me. I don't deserve that type of treatment. I'm a kind, nice person. And when I get in defensive mode, I speak up for myself, and it comes across however it comes across, but I'm defending myself and I have a right to do that, and I'm saying to myself, like, I know that I'm on a journey to success and I don't ever want to give up on me. And I don't know what other people got going on and why they choose to project onto me, but I built this psychic aura around me where, like my mother used to say when my sister and I were little, it's like, whatever people say to you, let it bounce off. Shine it on. Don't let it get to you. But when you keep going through this over and over and over again, it's like I'm seeing that people are having toxic empathy, like they're defending people, watching people belittle emotionally and try to mentally abuse another person, and they do nothing about it. And it's like I keep telling people over and over and over again what is happening to me, and it's like people are acting like they don't see it. So I left the situation because I know the universe is watching this. I know the universe is seeing it, and I know I'm being used as a vessel to speak and lift others up. And I'm also being used as a mirror to show people what they're refusing to see in themselves. And they'll say it's me, but it's really them because they are not in this headspace to hold their own selves accountable. And if you were in my shoes, you would get tired of it because I know that I am. But I understand that people have toxic empathy. They'll take that person's side because maybe fear of that person or whatever the case is. So I chose to leave that environment because it was a lot of arguing going on there just from different people, and that type of environment I just can't be in, because that environment is a place where you're supposed to come to because you're down and out, and it's supposed to help you move on to the next level. But how can you move on to the next level when you're constantly around toxicity? That's something that I refuse to do. And I'm not going to take that type of abuse from a person that I'm in a relationship with. So why would I take it from someone that I'm not? And I can't tell another woman that her man is toxic and she's acting like she can't see it. So with that being said, I left that facility, and no, I don't have anywhere to go, but I'd rather have nowhere to go than stay in an environment where I continuously am getting abused, and I don't deserve that type of treatment. So I left, and some man blessed me, and I said to myself, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and sit on this bus stop bench. And if this is my fate, if this is what it turns out to be when a person is going after their goals and their dreams and they're not doing anything to anyone, I'm not doing nothing to anyone, and this is my outcome, then I'm going to take it, like I said before, like a G. A man came and he gave me some money, and I bought me some Black and Milds, and I said, you know what? I'm going to sit here until someone shows up. And this time, I'm not giving up. Whatever happens to me is what happens to me. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point in time, I don't have a family that actually cares about me. And I'm not saying this to make anyone feel bad. It's just like, I don't even understand why I'm going through this. I don't know what the universe is trying to do or whatever the case is. But it's like I'm tired of it, and I love speaking and lifting people up. And then my phone, when my service is over, then I'm not speaking anymore. You just won't hear me. You know what I'm saying? But I refuse to allow other people to tell my story. And so I share my path, because it is a life path forward, to lift others up and teach others along the way as you're going after your goals and your dreams. But it's sad to see people that want to tear a person down and try to block a person from becoming successful. I've never been that type of person to do that to other people. I do not understand why people are doing that to me. I know that you know what I'm saying, you got to go through something to get to something, but it's ridiculous. It's like, but I can't even be mad about it, because I know people have toxic empathy. They'll feel bad and they'll defend their abuser. You know what I'm saying? And they know that person is an abuser because they complain about it to me. So I look at it like this: if I'm dealing with people, acquaintances, friends, family members that are in relationships with people that knowingly know that these people are abusing them emotionally and mentally, and they don't even defend themselves, why should I expect them to defend me? I can't. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And whatever it's going to be is what's going to be. And what I know, that when it gets to the point where everybody knows my situation, because I put it out there, I'm not ashamed of it. Because why would I be ashamed of how people are treating me when I'm not doing it to them? I'm not going to be that person that's going to have toxic empathy. You know what I'm saying? My empathy is not toxic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everyone on this earth deserves to be treated like a human being, and we all have things going on in our lives that we wish that we weren't experiencing. But even if we're experiencing those things, it's not okay to go ahead and take it out on another person. And I know that, when I'm going through certain things and I see that another person is trying to pull me down, I know who sent you. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I know that you're coming into my life to try to mentally drain me, to pull me down, because you see that I'm high vibrational and I don't let people get to me. But I'm still not going to let people get to me, because I'm sitting here, in another location where I feel a little bit safe. And there is, a gentleman that came from that same facility, and I don't know why he's here, but I mean, I can't worry about that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to tell my own story, because I know how people do. They'll tell your story the way that they want people to see it. And I refuse to, I'm a communicator. There's no way I'm going to allow another person tell my story. There's no way that I'm going to allow other people to try to paint me some kind of spiritual witch, like I'm doing black magic and dark magic on people, when I'm just a good, kind-hearted person. You know what I'm saying? And my intentions are pure in everything I do. But I do have an ego, and it was given to me just like everyone else's ego. I don't operate out of my ego. I use it appropriately, which is to defend myself. So if I have to defend myself and tell another man, you know what I'm saying, don't disrespect me, all you have to do is respect. If for some reason men do not want to respect me, you know what I'm saying? And it's not about you bowing down to me. It's like, treat me how you want to be treated. Treat me how you would want a man to treat your mother. Treat me how you would want a man to treat your daughter. Treat me how you would want a man to treat any woman in your family, in your life, the same way. I'm not asking for a lot, and I don't deserve to get mistreated like that. So yes, I call it toxic empathy, when you're dealing with people who you came into their life to lift them up, and they're literally gonna sit there and watch another person tear you down and act like they don't see it. So yes, I'm coming on here to share my story, because it is toxic empathy. You know what I'm saying? And when you have that gift of empathy, you should use it wisely and you should use it appropriately. But I can't control other people. I can only control myself. And I'm not going to act out of character because other people are hurting. We're all hurting. You know what I'm saying? I've never ever foresee me being homeless in my future, because I don't deserve it. I've always opened my door to whoever, that came to me and asked me to stay with me. I've always had the hospitality of a kind-hearted person, and you could come to my house and you can eat and don't have to bring anything and walk out with something. I don't deserve this type of treatment, and I don't, I'm tired of the universe allowing people to do me like that. So I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to accept my fate, because I know I did the work to get myself to the level that I want to be in my life. Because you can't sit there and say that you want something in your life, but you're not moving towards it. You're not doing the work to get yourself there. But when you have people literally trying to stick their foot out and try to trip you to keep you from becoming successful, because if you do become successful, it's going to make them look bad. Instead of them healing, growing, evolving with you, or even by themselves to get themselves to the level, they don't want to do the work, so they see you doing the work, so they try to stop you. This is the type of nonsense and the shenanigans that I have to put up with, unfortunately. But I know I will overcome this, because I have before. But I share my story because there's no way that I'm going to sit here and paint my picture like it's all flowers and roses when it's not, because I go through things too, but I don't take it out on other people. And so I share to you that what toxic empathy is that you're having empathy for people who are rude and cruel to other people, and you act like you don't see it. But what goes around comes around. And when I say that, I don't wish it on anyone, but we all got to pay for the things we do. It's a choice, and we have free will, and people are choosing to be mean and treat people like they're nothing. For what? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I really want to know, like, what did I do to you? And I don't believe that anyone could even ask that. The only reason why you want to hurt a person is because they're nice. I was told once before that I'm too nice. But when I stand up for myself, then you have a problem with it. Why are you mistreating me? Why do you do me like that for no reason? When all I'm doing is minding my own business and becoming successful and sharing my story with others. So, as I continue on this journey, and I don't know where it's going, because we will never know, sometimes that when you are getting ready to get blessed, you do have to go through something in order to get to something. So I'm going to look at this situation from the highest perspective that I possibly can, and tell myself that it's a reason for this. And the reason is because my blessing is coming, because I've already been getting blessed within this week that I have been at this homeless shelter. And I am going to say, yes, I even got a food stamp card within one day. And I had nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that I was coming to this location. I didn't have anywhere to go. But I said to myself, I'm going to go anyway, because I'd rather be here sitting outside with nowhere to go than stay in a toxic environment where people are mistreating me. That's a woman who knows her value. That's a woman who knows her worth. A woman who is willing to be all the way out of luck with no roof over her head, opposed to staying in a situation where she's being mistreated poorly. That's a woman who knows her worth. That's not a stuck-up woman. That's not a arrogant woman. That's not a conceited woman. That's a woman who knows her worth. Understand that it's not that. It's not what people want to paint it to be. It's just that people get mad when you don't allow them to mistreat you. And then they call it something else. They make it look like it's something bad. And no, I'm just standing up for myself. And I refuse to allow another person to bring me down and get on that vibration with them. So if you want to know from my perspective what toxic empathy is, it is a person that's having empathy for people who treat other people bad, and they know it. You know what I'm saying? Because they complain about that person treating them bad. But then it's like when they see that person doing it to you, they don't say anything. That's weird to me. But, to each his or her own. But that's all I got for you. And I holla though. One love. Peace.